In our daily lives, a tasteless joke or a broken promise is something we easily brush off. We apologize, we move on, and we forget. But in the lore of supernatural horror, these fleeting errors function as explicit invitations, binding, ironclad contracts. The boundary between the living and the dead isn't usually breached by a demon breaking down the door. It happens because human psychological flaws, our unresolved guilt, our pride, our deep anxieties, create a vacuum that leaves the door cracked open. Take Kritika. Terrified of walking through a local cemetery on her way home, she masks her paralyzing anxiety with nervous mockery. Standing over the fresh grave of a boy named James, she jokingly offers to be his girlfriend to ease her own tension. Then there is Rizwan. Faced with intense societal and family pressure, he abandons his interfaith wife Megha because she refuses to convert to his religion. Left isolated and betrayed, she takes her own life. Two completely different scenarios, yet a single sarcastic remark and one broken vow provide all the leverage needed to tether two restless entities directly to the world of the living, sparking the life cycle of a haunting. Once the initial invitation is made, the horror universe follows a strict set of operational rules. The primary rule is simple: spirits follow those who fear them. This diagram shows how James' spirit latches onto Kritika. Her escalating panic feeds directly into the entity, giving him physical strength to manipulate her environment. Refusing to confront the fear acts as a catalyst, physically multiplying the entity's grip. The ghost functions as an active parasite. It systematically drains the victim's psychological resilience until there is nothing left. Over in Rizwan's new household, the mechanics of the haunting take a different shape. His new bride experiences sudden, excruciating physical pain, and her wedding dress is destroyed, erupting into smoldering ash without a single spark or flame nearby. Megha's spirit acts as an agent of karmic debt. She is the physical manifestation of Rizwan's betrayal, returned to settle a specific account. Because she refused to abandon her faith, religious authorities denied her a proper burial. Rizwan left her to face that total isolation, ultimately burying her secretly in a forest to avoid a family scandal. In both of these cases, the entities eventually hit a threshold. They stop whispering in the dark or moving objects, and they step forward to lay permanent claim to the people who wronged them. These spirits bypass the police and the courts. They arrive as immediate physical ledgers, demanding payment for the damage done to them in life. Running and hiding eventually stop working entirely. The only way to break these supernatural contracts is through structured intervention from an outside spiritual authority. To save Kritika, Father Evans performs a Christian exorcism. He realizes that his prayers alone aren't enough. He forces Kritika to look the entity in the eye and verbally reject him, making her actively conquer her own internalized panic. For Rizwan, the solution requires a completely different approach. Through a Hindu Narayan Bali ritual, a Guruji forces Rizwan to physically hold the ashes and make offerings to the wife he abandoned, making him confront the exact reality he tried to erase. Severing these bonds requires the victims to take absolute psychological accountability for their original sins. Chanting ancient words serves only to facilitate that internal reckoning. When we look closely at these narratives, the ghosts themselves are secondary. They operate as metaphors for how we process paralyzing anxiety and immense unacknowledged guilt. The monster lurking in the dark is only as powerful as the emotions we refuse to confront in the light. Horror media serves as a moral cautionary tale. It reminds us that our actions toward the living inevitably echo into the afterlife.